Hey guys, Sequoia here from Phoenix Off-Grid Solutions. And yes, it's true. I've built what I think is over 100 custom conversion vehicles in 5 years. Now, how was I able to do that? Well, here's my story. Um, 5 years ago, my wife and I decided that we were going to get married. We had a 9-month-old, and we decided we were also going to move across the country just to make things interesting. Moved out of our apartment, sold most of our belongings, bought a camper van, and hit the road. We had no plan, but we knew we wanted to go from Pennsylvania to the West Coast, which we did in about 4 months. And at that time, I needed a job because we were almost broke. And we needed a place to stay because, well, we had a daughter who was over a year then. Uh, and we landed in Portland, Oregon, mostly because along the way, I realized that this whole van life thing was actually pretty cool and it didn't really exist, or I didn't see it on the East Coast. But once we got to Portland, it was like a whole mecca of really cool camper vans, people who were living off grid and driving these amazing adventure vehicles all around. And I thought, well, hey, I'd love to build one of those. I mean, I have a camper van, and I have some experience in all these different skills. Let me try it out. So I emailed a bunch of places. And one guy got back to me like weeks later, uh, who was building vans in his driveway. And I became his first full-time employee. And we were building camper vans in his driveway, like, ProMasters and just anything that came his way, electrical jobs like roof racks, whatever, anything. And yeah, it was mostly outside. We had a small shop with a wood stove and we worked in the elements when we had to. And yeah, Pacific Northwest, it's cold and dreary. Um, but in a few months' time, we went from his driveway to a small shop in Portland proper, like in the industrial district. And there was room for 2 vans inside, which was amazing. And we hired another guy to do more of the woodworking. And so it was me and him and the owner, and we were building vans, and it was great. And business just kept booming for him and for us. And we quickly moved into a shop next door that had room for 4 or 5 vans inside. And we hired some more guys, and I went from being a custom van builder to more of a project manager. And so I was managing 4 or 5 van builds at a time, and we had a few guys. And not only that, but I was having to design a shop and build workspaces and manage inventory and windows and parts, and making making decisions on the fly as we were building these vans out. Because, as you know, if you've ever built a van or are thinking about a van, it can be daunting to figure out all the minutia and details of these vans ahead of time. And we did a pretty good job. Um, and then even after moving into that shop, a few months later, there was an opportunity for us to move into an even bigger shop. A cabinet shop was going out of business a few bays down from where we were. And the owner of this van shop made a really good decision to invest in the company, get into this much bigger space, and we could fit, like, I don't know, 10 vans inside at least. And we had a CNC router, and we had experienced cabinetry guys that came on board, and the crew grew to like 10 people or 12 people. And by the time that I left that shop, and I was with that company for about 4 years, I think there was over 20 employees. And it was insane to be a guy that was the first full-time van builder in a driveway, to see a shop and a business grow that fast. And we went from building, one-offs to having a production of brand new, right off the lot, 4x4 sprinters, rolling out a few every month, having a year-long waiting list and clientele from all across the country. It was insane. Dedicated cabinetry folks, dedicated upholstery people. I mean, I was handling most of the technical installations, the electrical and the plumbing, but I had guys to assist me and do what I wanted them to do. I was managing the entire build, and it was awesome to have guys just come in and say, what do you need? What are we doing here? And boom, boom, boom. I was managing, I think, 7 vans at a time. And there was another project manager too. So it was an amazing opportunity. I got a lot of crazy experience. I mean, we worked on, ProMasters, Transits, and Sprinters, and in all variations. We built out military vehicles, LMTVs. There were ambulances. There were, Suburbans that came in. There were school buses, big and small. It was really fun and really cool. But after 4 years, I decided that me and my family were going to be moving back to the East Coast. And I thought I was going to say goodbye to my career as a van builder because I was going to go and do something more online, like I wanted to be a men's coach online. And I tried that for a year and a half, and it was hard and it didn't work out. And I had to go back to being like a construction worker here in Pennsylvania. I moved back to my hometown. It was sort of like a rock bottom place for me because I never thought I'd be moving back to my hometown, let alone working, as a construction guy again, with a family. I decided at that point that I was going to use what I knew, leverage my experience, my niche, and start working on vans again. But this time I wanted to do just what I wanted to do, which was the electrical and the plumbing, the technical stuff. I really enjoy that. And so I started Phoenix Off-Grid Solutions right here in Morgantown, Pennsylvania. And it took a couple months of part-time weekend work, working on vans, still working construction, till I finally went full-time. And this was in April 2 years ago. And it's just been rolling ever since. And I'm just a one-man guy. I have part-time people come and help me sometimes, but it's mostly just me. And I've worked on a variety of projects here. I mean, not only vans and not only RVs, but travel trailers and fifth wheel trailers and truck campers, and even off-grid power system projects that aren't mobile applications. Because Phoenix Off-Grid Solutions is a design and install business designed to work mostly with off-grid power systems and plumbing systems, right? And I do partial builds if time allows, but that's my forte. And that's where I find most people need help. A lot of people can fudge the rest of the stuff, even though it can be rough at times, I'll admit. But that's where I come in, right? And I can help folks do the electrical and the plumbing stuff really safe and efficient and using high quality products. And I leverage all of my experience over these 5 years and over the over 100 custom conversion vehicles, and help them build the van or the RV or the adventure vehicle that they want and need. So to answer the question, how did I build 100 custom conversion vehicles in 5 years? Well, I didn't do it alone, right? And it happened in stages, right? I worked by myself building, and it was a lot. I know how much it takes to build a van. It's a lot. That's why I don't do full builds right now. It's crazy. It's a crazy amount of work. And I have such a high level of quality that I have expected in building a van that I can't produce that by myself. So I don't do it. I don't even try. And I've had a team to help me, right? But I've had my hands on and I've managed over 100 custom conversion projects. And I'm still doing it now in the electrical and the plumbing design and installs. And I love it. And where Phoenix Off-Grid Solutions is today and where I'm at today is I still want to leverage my experience and I want to help you build your own dream custom conversion, whether it's a van or a travel trailer or if it's a school bus, whatever it is. I want to help you build that. And the way I want to help you build that is through a coaching program, right? And what that looks like is having a container where you invest in your project and you invest in me to assist you in producing and making the right decisions for your custom conversion, getting the job done, taking a lot of the guesswork out of it, sorting through all of the crazy amount of information out there on social media and online, choosing the right products, saying yes or no to some of these crazy ideas out there. Look, most people don't need the really crazy technical builds that I see. Yes, they're cool, but do most people need them? No. No, let's keep it simple. Let's get you going. Let's get you into your vehicle and out on the road and enjoying the life of freedom that you really want. That's the goal here. And I want to help you get there. And if you are interested in this, I want you to check out my website, check out the rest of my content, check out this YouTube video and my channel. And let's see if this is a program that will work for you, because I want to take you from where you're at now to out on the road living your life. All right. So Corey Rock here from Phoenix Off-Grid Solutions. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm really looking forward to this next part of my life and career and business. Yeah, hope to talk to you soon.